Okay, here we are at the earthworks in South Australia, and we're here with Di. And most people would have met Di or seen Di at some stage, but they may not know where Berry is. Di, tell us about Berry and what's so great about the town of Berry.
Okay, well, Berry's on the River Murray, and it's about 250 k's east of Adelaide, and it is generally a fruit growing area. So there's a lot of grapes in Berry, a lot of citrus. Now almonds are taking over, and obviously the earthworks is in Berry. And my nearest other major town is Mildura, so we're in about 120 k's from Mildura.
Mildura is actually in Victoria.
Yes, it is Victoria.
So your closest competing town is actually in another state.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, fantastic.
Or the Barossa.
Yep. So this area is fairly dry once you're away from the river.
Yes, it is.
So they call it the what's the term for the bush? The
riverlands.
Oh yes,
the mallee.
Yeah.
Which is a particular sort of habitat and
it is.
quite barren.
Dry looking.
Yeah.
The trees, mallee trees aren't very tall,
Yeah.
and you get away from the river, and it is all mallee. Once the irrigation is stopped, so hence there's a lot of dryland farming out south of Berry as well, mainly south of Loxton, and where they grow wheat and canola and things.
But Berry itself is a really good gardening spot.
Oh, absolutely.
The garden, like the lawn's always green, the roses always seem to look fantastic. And so you're dealing with quite different growing conditions over there.
Yes. From -6 in the winter time. You know, our winters are generally really cold. But the days are really nice and sunny. You know, you get up to 14 degrees perhaps. You know, but hot in the summer. It is very hot. We've had, I think our hottest is like 49 or something like that.
It's hot.
Yeah, it gets hot.
Yep. So did you grow up in Berry?
Oh no, I didn't grow up in Berry. I don't know when I grew up actually.
Okay. So as a child, where did you live?
I was born in Mildura.
Okay.
Yeah, and then grew up in the southeast.
Right.
Yeah, down in Millicent, Mount Burr area.
And how come you ended up back in Berry?
Oh, I wanted to run away and pick fruit and travel.
Yep. And from there, you spotted the garden centre, or how did you get
I
into
travelled
the?
for several years.
Right.
And travelled right around Australia. And then went back up to Cairns and lived in Cairns for 3 years.
Okay.
And then I got a job at an orchid nursery.
Right.
It was called Orchid Valley Nursery, and it's up. It used to be up on the Little Mulgrave Road going towards Atherton. So it was around that pub. I can't remember what it was called, but Mountain View Hotel. So it's somewhere around there. I did 1.5 years, I think, there, or 2 years, and then I worked for another nursery, a wholesaler in Cairns as well, and then came back to Berry because that's where all my friends and that were. And so and I worked for wholesalers and retailers. In fact, I used to work here before I owned it, and then it had closed down, and myself and another woman went into partnership and reopened it, and 3 years later I took over that partnership and built it up from 1994 to now.
1994. Yep. And you really have built it up, and we've been working with you. I think we worked out since 2018, and to see the change.
2015.
2015, right? To see the change in that time, and particularly in the profitability of the business and the way that you've done things is a credit to you. It's always a pleasure to walk in. There's so much colour. It's just a great place to visit. One of the things that you've done over the past few years is carry that experience out to the road. Your garden looks magnificent. You've sealed your car park. Fence banners look great out there. So the experience begins as soon as, or even before you turn into the car park.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, which is fabulous. So, in your time, what are some of the biggest changes you've seen? I know you've had a big competitor come into the area.
Oh, yes, that was shocking.
Yeah, and you not only survived that, but you've come out the other end
was tough
as
going.
a better business.
Yeah. But then that's before my competitor came. I knew they were coming, so that's when I got on board with you.
Yep.
And without your help there, I don't know that I would have survived really, because to take away over a quarter of your income is a lot of money.
Yep.
And I guess through perseverance and changing things, like we never used to grow our own product before, and now we're growing our product and doing a better job than some of our wholesalers do.
Yes.
And which I'm very proud of. We came through with that, and then COVID hit, and obviously the indoor plant craze. There's been a lot of crazes in the time. At one stage, before, when it was drought time, it was all grasses and no colour at all.
And you do colour so very well, and it's fantastic to come in here and see the hanging baskets and the pots and everything. So colour really does suit you.
Yeah, I love it. I love having a colourful looking garden centre, and my customers love it as well.
I'm sure they do.
They love to come and just browse and buy.
Yeah.
And ultimately, they'll buy something in flower because that makes them feel happy.
Yeah. Yep. Once again, thank you for having us here.
It's a pleasure,
and we always love coming here. We get excited about what you're achieving, and we look forward to the great things that are to come.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Excellent.